Making TV antennas. Build a homemade television antenna. Learn how to build a TV antenna and stop viewing television through cable. So, the big game is on. You invited some good friends over. You have assorted chips served to serve as sustenance and even bought a keg to help you and your friends enjoy the game. The stage is set and you are ready for the biggest game of the year. You turn it on and then, to your dismay, the cable is out. You call the cable company. They tell you that there was a problem with one of the major cable boxes in your area and it will soon be fixed. You scream and scream, unwise but understandable, at the representative but nothing changes. You ask for a supervisor but that didn't do you any good either. You are starting to hear some grumbling from your guests saying they could have watched the game at home with their TV. They had an antenna at home, anyway. Then it hit you. Why not learn how to make a TV antenna or a makeshift antenna while you wait for the cable to be fixed? Thankfully we have just that, a detailed guide to making an antenna at home. You can even do it as a magic show where everyone watched you build a homemade television antenna like MacGyver. Let's get started. Start by collecting all the materials for how to make a TV antenna. You are going to need a medium-sized sewing pin with a plastic bulb at one end to build a homemade television antenna. Then you will also need a speaker wire with a length of about a foot long. You will also need a small antenna. You can normally see this in your car. You can unscrew it and just put it back when you are done. You will also need a wire cutter as your tool to finish this. Down the wire. Using your wire cutter, start by stripping each end of the wire by a half an inch to make television antennas. Then, tie one end of the wire around a needle. Make sure it is fastened closed to the plastic bulb and the wire touches the metal part of the needle and has good contact. Then wrap the other end of the wire and attach it to the metal part of the antenna. Again, make sure that contact is good. Test it out. Now that you have the antenna built, it is now time to test it. Get the needle and plug it in where the cable feed normally goes into. Then, adjust the television antennas until you get a clear picture. When you get the picture you want, fix it into place using some tape and sit back and watch the game. Of course, after you learn how to build a TV antenna, you'll quickly see that the quality won't be the same as the way you would have it through cable, but at least you get to some action. When the cable comes back on, replace your makeshift antenna. So, you cleverly averted a disaster and you managed to entertain your guest. Fortunately, you didn't have to figure out how to make your TV work when the power went out.